when the shoe comes out. I think it can be $100 million business.
Wow.
I think it could become a top 5 signature franchise, not just in the W, but across basketball.
There's another shoe that is set to be released in October as well. Now, this is crazy because this former Nike employee is speaking out against the Caitlin Clark situation 24 hours before a shoe is supposed to come out. Now, we know Caitlin Clark is the biggest person Nike has signed, in my opinion, since
one tweet, one shirt, $1 billion in response. Sophie Cunningham transformed a used Arby's tee into 20 million Australian dollars agreement. However, Nike intervened, and their actions permanently altered the course of events.
Who's the showstopper? Who's the cash cow? Who's everything to the WNBA? This is just another reminder. But of course, Nike shortchanged her again, because that's what Nike does. And yet there are folks out here who think that they're going to build that Nike would build a basketball league around her. I think you're crazy.
A lifetime contract for $1 billion with Caitlin Clark. The WNBA didn't anticipate it. The players became envious. Supporters took sides. Brands went to war. And a single question reverberated beneath it all.
It literally pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
Who would be?
What?
Sabrina? No.
No, there's really good, well-known people in our league. I'm not discrediting them. We have a lot of badasses in our league.
Yeah.
Hell yeah to that. I'm all for that. But when people try to argue that she's not the face of our league,
Yeah.
or if our league would be where we're at without her, you're dumb as
Yeah.
Was basketball the true topic of this at any point? Or was it about who gets to decide how women's sports develop? This is more than just a tale. $1 billion battleground. You won't believe who wins.
More exciting sources states Clark is expected to receive a signature Nike shoe. Those same sources said Under Armour and Adidas also made offers. You can't beat that check, bro. You can't beat that check. Because, at the end of the day, Nike going to put the money up. But also, I just think it's something about being an athlete and you want to see somebody walking around in your Nike shoe. You can't guarantee you they're going to walk around in the Under Armour shoe. You can't guarantee that they're going to walk around in the Adidas.
That this is how they going about it. But at the end of the day, this is how they definitely going about it. Let's check out what Jordan had to say.
We need to talk about Caitlin Clark. Let's you and me talk about Caitlin Clark, since you refuse to talk about Caitlin Clark. And I care deeply about you. I spent over a decade in your marketing organization. I spent several years trying to get into your organization. And it's been 3 years since I've left your company. I'm just here as a friend. I care about you. I want to show you 2 different charts here. One, your stock price since 2021. It is down nearly 60%. Your executives and the people who are making these decisions, their stock options are worthless. Meanwhile, you have the single biggest needle mover in all of American sports since Michael Jordan, and you have somehow convinced yourself that you need to slow play this. Let me show you Google Trends search traffic for 4 female basketball players. There is one who only rivals Caitlin Clark.
If you want. In the last twist. Let's get started. Subscribe and follow if you want to learn the truth about the billion-dollar brand war that is appending the WNBA. Remain locked in. Everything is changed by this story. It wasn't an act, wasn't a joint venture. Sophie Cunningham absolutely looked amazing in an Arby's shirt she found at a thrift store. Feelings just no plans. However, TikTok went crazy, memes went viral, hashtags were popular. When the sandwich chain realized a storm was approaching, they acted quickly. Sophie agreed to a $20 million deal in less than 48 hours. Yes, she became the face of fast food swagger because
this is some kind of sponsorship with Arby's, right? Right there. I don't know. The roast beef sandwich jokes just sort of write themselves at this point. And just like that, I want a cheddar melt.
That I have gotten. What if Caitlin Clark turning down Nike's marketing opportunities and ideas? I've heard members from people in and around this business that her team can be difficult. This is understandable being a megastar. It's Caitlin Clark. Guess who else difficult? Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron, the list goes on. You bend over backwards for stars, and Nike has bent over backwards for way less relevant stars than Caitlin Clark. So I'm guessing this is some of his article. He stated
to Arby's. No playbook, no precedent, just unadulterated viral craziness. Surprising, personable, and real. However, someone crushed their laptop at Nike headquarters behind closed doors. Closed Nike noticed something horrifying. While Sophie was turning curly fries into money, managed sliding. Attention was no longer focused on legacy athletes. The culture had changed. It was about being genuine, unfiltered, and viral. Thus, Nike took the boldest marketing action in WNBA history. A lifetime contract for $1 billion with Caitlin Clark. There are no previews or leaks, just a massive press drop. Nike featured Clark on all of their timelines, sneaker boxes, and billboards. In order to reach underserved groups, they started a nationwide campaign called Built for This Local Hoop Court Initiatives, which included the release of her own trademark sneaker. Profit wasn't the only consideration here. It was intimate. A meme check was written by Arby's. Nike retaliated by launching the megaton brand, Nike. Chaos was the response. After tweeting just one emoji, Angel Reese removed it. It was Aja Wilson, who posted, "Girls who grinded before it was fashionable deserve special recognition." Using a flashback image of her previous Nike contract, Kelsey Plum made fun of the situation. Thus, this is our current course of action. The atmosphere of the WNBA became heated, tense, and electric. Behind the doors of their changing rooms, players muttered. A few people applauded Caitlin's luggage. Others felt mistreated, ignored, and passed over. And since none of this was Sophie's plan, she remained composed. She started a marketing arms race simply by donning a shirt. Caitlin gave her game the opportunity to speak first. Clutch threes, no-look dimes, and 30-point games. "This isn't about the money," she continued. "It has to do with the mission." 24 hours later, same quote appeared on a Nike billboard. "I want every girl wearing my shoe to know they belong right here." Sophie was still active in the meantime, holding free clinics and attending street ball, correct? It's a person who has her back. If I'm being completely honest, there are moments when it seems like the only thing that has won her back, that has, in fact, created numerous opportunities. By the way, Sophie Cunningham has been giving out things for the past few weeks, although she did have a slight loss against the Sky yesterday. She wasn't trying to get attention. In the midst of viral arguments and billion-dollar agreements, she was the light. "Every time you call in Tucson's parking lot, just like you do," I answer. These two women changed the definition of influence. A $1 billion power play, a $20 million contract, and a $9 shirt. When it comes to everything pertaining to Caitlin Clark, including the current state of affairs regarding her marketing, her sneaker or lack thereof, Nike has fallen terribly short. Although it wasn't anticipated, this did occur, and this is only the start. Tell us, hit like and subscribe. Team Arby's or Nike, as the league as a whole might be shocked by the next move.